Good afternoon, YouTube. It's man on the way, George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Body Talk, coming to you live on YouTube. Well, folks, we had a show come up this weekend. It's not a big show, but it's been around for quite some time. It's the Emerald Cup in Bellevue, Washington State. It's a master show, so most competitors are competing in master's class. It's not a Olympic qualification, but it is a Masters Olympic qualifications. And why I'm talking about the show because a few ladies have interviewed or competed at the show. So out of respect for them, and also I really want to shout out to the master competitors. They do need recognition. Maybe if you get promoters, maybe interested in maybe making a Olympic qualification. You got quite a few competitors who look like they should be doing open, and they look like they could be qualified for Olympia. But that's up to them. Maybe we see it in the future. But the show, the list came out about a couple of days ago, so I wanted to get the names right and get everybody set in order because it takes me a while. The show is going to be this Friday, so that's why I'm usually starting Friday. I think I'm going to do the amateurs first, so it's going to be it starts the second, and then it goes through to Sunday, which is the 4th. And I think it's a big show because you have a lot of amateurs and pro competitors, both in masters. Now, here are the lists. And we have quite a few ladies. I think around about, I believe, 14 ladies here. So ladies I most definitely recognize. And like I said again, they have been guests on my channel in interviews. And also some ladies who look like they do pretty good. Some ladies we haven't seen in a while. First up we have is the lovely Mrs. Kara Baruth. Now, Kara has not competed since the Atlantic Coast that was last year. President Zeke, I've done content on her. Another lady who's also competed is Alejandra Valesquez from Spain. Now, she competed last year at the Romanian Muscle Fest, and also I remember she competed also that same year at the Triple O Dynasty, but she hasn't done any shows since then, so this could be her first show this year. She's from Spain. Very impressive physique. Also, we have the lady who I had pleasure interviewing, the lovely Miss Tyler Feige. And this is going to be her pro debut. As you know, Tyler competed last year and got a pro card at the North Americans. So now she decided to jump in, and she mentioned in an interview that she's making a pro debut. Another lovely lady I had a pleasure interview on my channel is one Miss Donna Jones. Now, Miss Jones, she's a lady from the Caribbean, proud mother of adopted children with special needs. She took some time off because she was taking some injury issues. She last competed at the Ultima Classic, and I remember the year before she did Texas Pro, which was top 5. President he told me she was doing this show, so I didn't want to talk about it till it's official. Next up is a lady. I think this is gonna be her pro debut. We have Tamsin Larson, so this is gonna be her pro debut. One lady also, I believe, I couldn't find a picture of her. She's from South Korea. We have Grace Lee. So this is going to be her first show in the States. I don't got much information about her. Next up is a lady who I had the pleasure interviewing a couple of years ago. She's a great lady, a beautiful lady, representing herself, the lovely Mrs. Robin Mays. Robin is already qualified for this year's Masters Olympia. She also competed in women's bodybuilding at the Masters World Championships. An impressive lady. Lady can't believe it. She's almost 60, and she holds her own against ladies much younger than her. I think she was in the top 3 at last year's Toronto Pro. Impressive lady, and surprisingly, still competing both in Open and Masters. A lady who's making, I believe, her American debut is Carol Lei. She's from Singapore, and she earned a pro card in physique about a while back. A good lady who I had the pleasure also interviewing, the lovely Mrs. Carissa Hargrove. Great lady. She competed just recently at the Vancouver Isle show. She said that she really was going to do the show because she lives in the area. She lives in Washington, so that's in her own backyard. She done the show before. Great lady. I think she's great. I hope she comes in great shape because it's been about a couple of weeks since the Van Isle show. Maybe she might do some more shows later on in the year. Another lady I had pleasure interviewing, both her and her husband, and congratulations, they just got signed to it in the Elite Muscle, and that is the lovely Miss Oksana Piari. Her husband Autumn, he is now IFBB Pro. He earned his pro card last year. Congratulations to both of them in the new venture. Oksana is originally from Russia. Impressive lady. She does both Opens and Masters. Also, we have one Miss Michelle Polinick, and she also competed last year she also competed this month at the Vancouver Island show. Impressive lady. I hope she does well. And there could be a lady who follows me on social media. I think she's a beautiful physique, great content. She's also a natural bodybuilder. And like I said, she's competing against ladies that are a little bit more enhanced, but she has an impressive physique. The lovely Mrs. Lee Ann Thompson. So let's hope she does well this show. If not, there's also other shows and opportunities, especially now that not Masters, but natural shows are really growing popularity, for women. So I hope she does well. Now, as you know, I don't do too much on figure because there's so many competitors. I'm still like just finished my interview with the lovely Mrs. Jessica Bowers and also some other competitors. And the reason why I'm doing is because the figure competitors I interviewed just this month are doing the show. There's quite a lot of names here. Some familiar. Some are doing both opens, women's 35, also over 40, and also 50. I mean, a lot of ladies here. The first lady I want to shout out to is Jeannie Liebel. As you know, Jenny, I interviewed her last week. And this is going to be her second show since making her pro debut at the Triple O Dynasty. Impressive lady, a coach, a trainer, a friend. I think she's a great personality by herself. I enjoyed her interview. And I hope she does well this show. I mean, maybe she's doing both women's 40 plus and women 35 plus. And as you know, with 40 plus, it can get you qualification for this year's Masters Olympia. Another lady I just interviewed about a couple of days ago, the lovely Mrs. Sarah Michelle Tishner. And she's a impressive lady. She's competed for quite some time. As you know, she's also trained by the great legendary Yolanda Hughes. She's a great personality, a great lady, a mother of a cute little boy. I mean, she'd be proud of herself. Being a woman of her age, she's doing both women 40 plus and 50 plus. And I think she's going to do well. I think she's a great physique. Now, the show is going to be this Friday for the main show, which is I believe is the pro part. It's going to be Friday, and the rest is going to be Saturday and Sunday. If you want to check it out, I'm debating on it. I have a plan for this year. I'm going to, because, like I said, I'm right now trying to save for a new car. I can't watch all the shows, so I'm investing in shows that there's going to be like both wins by the way and wins physique. Like shows like Chicago and Tampa, Atlanta, those shows. And the other shows, I'm going to have to cut out because even though I want to support these ladies I interviewed with, I want to give them a shot, share their story and the opportunities, but I got to be smart with my money. But I will talk about the show or who wins in the divisions in their classes, and I hope all the best for these ladies. I truly do. But like I said again, the show is going to be this Friday, and it for women's physique is going to be Masters Olympia qualification, and same thing for for figure. The other divisions you just win, but you have to win in 40 plus to go to the Masters Olympia. So it's qualification this year because Masters Olympia is coming up. I think the 1st of August. It was at one point it was the end of August, but they switched it to 1st. So hopefully for all the best wishes to the ladies. Some ladies I've been in contact with and wish them best of luck. And I can't wait and see the outcome of this show. And Rich Man Always Yours page, aka the Emperor of Female Body Talk. Don't like, subscribe. I am out.